Creativity can be so healing and powerful. Let's talk about it and cash in the penny for my thoughts. I want to come here today and we're going to speak about creativity today and how it can be so healing, so comforting, and so powerful. Now, I'm a creative person, as you can see, and I feel like it helps me in a lot of ways. Like, creativity is my happy place. I can be feeling down or, anxiety or whatever's going on, and I just go do something creative or think creativity. And, I know that not everybody is super creative, but I feel like a lot of people have a little bit of creativity in them. And sometimes they use it and sometimes they don't use it. But I feel like there's a lot of healing in creativity too. And, a lot of power in creativity and a lot of things that you see out in the world, like art and expressive things and statues and whichever. That is creativity. And that's something that whoever did it, they're expressing themselves and being creative. And like, it's just something about using your creativity that can give you a lot of healing and, a lot of clearing your mind of things and clearing your mental and just clearing out some of your thoughts sometimes. It's just something about when you are a super creative person and you use it. I would know. Like I say, I know that everybody isn't super creative and, they may have a little bit of creativity in them and, sometimes they use it. But for those of us that are super creative, we love using it. I love using my creativity. I feel like I use creativity in everything. If I cook, I love to cook. If I cook, I use creativity in expression and just I like to make stuff sometimes and do a lot of DIY. I love it. I know a lot of creative people like to do DIY too. It's just something about like making something and you actually see what it looked like and it just come alive. Love it. And I feel like creativity, the healing aspects of it is, it calms you down and it winds you down. And like if you're a person like me that mind wanders all the time and have anxiety and worry a lot and all that other type of stuff, and I just think, okay, let me go do something creative. Let me, come on here and make a video. Let me write. I'm a writer. And I feel like a lot of those things can put you in your happy place. And I mean, it may not just solve everything, no, but for the time being, it can put you in your happy place. It definitely can. If you are a person that is very creative, and people that are carpenters and they build things with wood. That's creativity. Painter, creativity. Writers, creativity. Music composers, creativity. They're using what's in them and expressing it out. And, it's not just for you sometimes, it helps other people. It helps other people that are also creative like you are, or may not be creative, and it just makes them feel good. So that's why I feel like creativity has power and healing aspect of it. Creativity in music, creativity in art, creativity in dance. Like it's all creativity. I mean, there's people that can paint rocks. That's creative. Do art with sand. That's creative. Like take trash and make works of art with it. That's creative. And you sometimes just lose yourself in it and just, be in your creative spot. Sculptors, creativity. And there's a lot of just healing in it. Now, it has its pros and its cons because creativity can have its cons sometimes. Like, a lot of people, they are so in their creativity, they're kind of like isolated though, and it depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at that. If is that affecting people around them? Yes, it could. Is that affecting their family? Yes, it could. So that's the con of it sometimes. But overall, I feel like the creativity is very healing and very powerful, and it can definitely like put you in your mindset of, okay, let me just relax myself. If I'm a person that overthinks things, let me just go to my happy place, because I can tell you creativity is my happy place. When I'm overthinking stuff and this and that, I'm writing it down. Let me be creative. And I'm writing it down and writing down how I want to say this, or writing down how I want to say that, or writing it this way, or a poem or a quote or whichever. It's all creativity. Cooking, creativity. Baking, creativity. Liking to try different things and different recipes and stuff like that. It's all creativity. Some people are super good at baking and they can just decorate a cake, and it's creativity. And like sometimes you watch them do it and they're just like in it. Just in it. They just kind of just like lose themselves in it. And that's their happy place. Like it's a cake, but it's their happy place. And on the outside, you like watching it. I see all type of videos on here on YouTube of people making cakes, chocolate, icing stuff, all type of stuff like that. And they like doing it and we like watching it. Because I watch a lot of them. And cooking and stuff like that. Like I said, I like to cook. And I like to try different things and different flavors and whichever. Like I don't like bland food. I will try different seasonings and things like that just to try to taste. Now that can have a con too, because the sodium intake can get high, and we don't want to. I'm not telling nobody to be out here over seasoning your food. I'm just saying I like to try different things. But like I like it. I like it. And I know there's a lot of people out there that like it too. They like all creativity, and then you see it come alive and you see different parts of it being put together, and you see the before and the after. Now, I'm not a cooking like on TV cooking show watcher, like all those different shows, but I watch like a lot of like the cooking channels and things like that. Even like some of the channels where people are cooking like food like back in the day, like 1800 whatever, and they're not even saying nothing. They just do it's just so good to watch because it's creative and it's interesting. Creativity is interesting. Like when you're a person that is creative, it's not just for you sometimes. When you put it out there, it's for other people. And you just sit there and just watch it. They don't even have to be saying anything. You could just be sitting there watching them, do whatever, cook the cake or make the dish or whichever, or draw a picture in the sand, or paint a glass bottle or whatever. Like it's interesting. And it's very creative. And for people that are not super creative, like I say, they enjoy watching it. But for the super creative, we enjoy it even more because it's creative. And nowadays we're in social media, and there's a whole lot of creative things that people are doing. That's what is called being a creative content creator. That's the whole point. Being creative, watching different creation of things, of people doing skits, and like all of that is creative. Doing digital art and clothing and different stuff that you've never even seen before, and people just come up with it on their own, or maybe they'll take something and put a little twist on it, or take something original and take something maybe that's not original, or take something old or new, put it together with, like, how everybody is all creativity. And it makes them feel good doing it. It makes us feel good. You feel good watching it. And I feel like it has healing power. Creativity has healing and power in it. Creativity definitely has power in it because creativity you know, has spoken for a lot of issues that has arisen, or a lot of problems, but they speak about it in a creative way that will reach people and will draw people's attention in a creative way. Creativity. And I love it. I love it. And I feel like creativity sometimes is hereditary in certain families. Like, I really do. Like, if you see that certain families that they all can sing, like, I feel like sometimes that's hereditary, or they all can dance, or just a very musically or inclined family, or like they're good, or a family full of writers or whichever. I feel like sometimes it can be hereditary. Me personally, I have a lot of creativity in my family. A lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. One side of my family, they all sing. I have a sibling that is good at drawing. I have a sibling that she likes to make food. I have a sibling that does hair. And my father is a good drawer. My mother is very creative. She can draw a little bit, but she can do other things. Sew, and just she can just take things and just make things out of it. She does knitting and yarn and all other type of stuff. And I love it because sometimes you can collaborate with your family sometime. And my wedding, me and my mother made all of my corsages. We made all of my little corsages for me and all my bridesmaids. We sat down and made them, and I loved it because it was like a bonding time too. We both are creative, so we put our creative together. We talk about creative things, and we bounce off, ideas off of each other sometimes. And it's always like a good thing to do because it's bonding too. You bond with your other creative family members, or if you got like creative friends too, and you can bond together with them. And a lot of times people like that, they go into business. That could be a pro and a con too, because sometimes issues can arise with that too. But at the end of the day, you both took your creativity and you brought it together, whether it worked out or not. Whether it was a benefit for you or not, it could have been a benefit to somebody else. And I really feel like, I say that creativity, I feel like for like super creativity people, I feel like creativity is a gift from God. And I feel like when you use it, it should give right back to Him. Now, it's some people that are not super creative, but they're good at other things. Math, which I am horrible with. We're not even gonna, I'm horrible at math. But, I feel like that could be a sense of creativity too. Cause they got like some, creative things that's going on in math sometimes. Like that is you gotta take math to do it. I don't know, like lights or something like that. I don't know what it is. Don't ask me, but I know it's somewhere in there. But, books and stuff, and that's creative, like creative writing. I would know, I'm a writer, and I will write and just lose myself in it sometimes. And it's like so healing and so powerful and just expressive. Like, I feel like expression itself, yes, it's creativity, but expression itself is like helpful too. Like you just expressing yourself and taking what's inside of you and putting it out to not only help heal yourself, but help heal others. And me personally, I'm expressive in everything I do. Everything. Like I am the type of person, like I like to do what others probably don't do. Just because I'm expressive. Like I've changed my hair different colors a couple times. I've had like stars in my hair. I've changed my hair color. I've had every color hair probably except like yellow or like orange. But I've had green. I've had blue. I've had red. I've had purple. And they weren't like just weird stuff, just different hairstyles, but I changed the color because I just don't like looking like everybody else. And or I'll like change my color lipstick. As you can see, I got on blue. Usually people don't wear blue every day, but I am a very expressive person, and this is just what I like to do. And I can rock it very well. I like expressing myself, creativity, and everything I like. I make my own cell phone cases, and I got a Cricut machine, and I make my own cell phone cases. Like I like to do it my different type of way, make my little inserts and put it in my cell phone. I do my own nails. Like I like to change my nail color sometime. I do that. I love, like I say, I like doing different creative things with cooking and stuff like that, changing up maybe a recipe a little bit, see how does this taste or whichever. Like I love things like that. Like I love being original. I love being creative and I love being expressive. And I can pull it off. Now, if we're gonna talk about creative, like there are people that they call eccentric creative. Now that's like, the odd. I guess that's what eccentric is supposed to mean, but I can't say like odd. But some eccentric people are odd, and they don't mind being called odd. I like some eccentric things. I really do. There are like eccentric movies and stuff like that. Like I like those type of things. I got a creative mindset, so I see the creativity in everything. Even if something is like black or whichever. Like I don't feel like it got to be colorful to be creative. Me personally, sometimes I like to wear like black or like leather or stuff like that. I love that because it's edgy and it's creative. Like I'm a very edgy, creative person. I feel like that is good too. It's expressive, it's creative. I used to kind of feel like, I feel like sometimes people think that, everything has to sometimes be like super colorful or rainbows creative. No, black can be creative, leather can be creative, spikes can be creative, you know, suede, that's creative, just like different textures and things like that, creative. It's edgy, but creative, you know, like I say, I love things like that. I love, the edginess of creativity. I love it. I like a good leather jacket with like spikes on it sometime or a different color lipstick or a short edgy haircut. This is a wig. I have a pixie cut. I have naturally long hair, but I cut years ago. I cut all my hair off and dyed it all blonde. Love it. That was the best thing I've ever did because it's creative, it's edgy, and it's me. And I don't think that's a bad thing. So creativity can be edgy too. It can be edgy. It can be, rough. It can be hard. It doesn't have to be fluffy. It doesn't have to be just colorful all the time. It doesn't just have to be, yellow, pink, whichever. Creativity can be purple. Creativity can be blue. Creativity can be brown, black, whichever. Expression, color is all in how you do it. It's all in how you do it. But definitely could be healing. Creativity can help you show other people that it's okay to be creativity in this way, or other people's creativity can inspire you, or help you be like, hey, this is okay. This is creative too. It may not look creative to one person, but it'll look creative to another person. You know, it draws you in, you draw them in. Sometimes two creators can collaborate. They could be totally different type of in a whole different lane, and they bring both lanes together and we create one road. Why not? It's all creativity, expression, expression in color, expression in music, expression in visual, expression in sound. It's all creativity. And I love it. And the world we live in now, it's a whole, since like I said, social media puts out a lot of the creativity that has already been in people. Or maybe they weren't, creative, and they weren't as much as creative, but they used a little bit of creativity that they got, and it just expands and it grows. That's the positivity of it. It really is. And it's so good, and it's so motivating and energizing. Like a lot of the things that we have, who would have, if a person didn't be creative or sometime push the limits, sometime push the line way back when or way before your time or whichever, then we wouldn't have certain things. There are things that, wasn't the norm in society at a point. And somebody was like, you know what? I'm going to change this. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. Let's change this. And now, like some of those are maybe clothing or shoes or like art or whatever is like some of the best things because somebody pushed the limit. Somebody was creative. Somebody wanted to be different. Somebody wanted to change it up. Creativity. And maybe, whichever it wasn't embraced at the time. Maybe it took 5 years. Maybe it took 10 years. Maybe it took 100 years for everybody to embrace it. But it all circled back around. That's the power of creativity. It really is. Or things like art, pushing the limits, pushing what's not the norm sometimes. But there are some things that they are super creative that are the norm. And one person may do the same thing that the other person did, but you're like, okay, they did it a little different way, or okay, I got a different perspective in it. Okay, that works. Or the person just maybe switched up a little couple of things or whichever. It's all creative, and it all can set the tone, set the expression, change the tone, or set the tone. Either way, it's all creativity. And from a mental health aspect, because like I say, like I got anxiety, I worry, I have my own mental health issues, but like creativity helps me. It does. And I feel like there are some people that they have mental health issues and they're creative. Like I don't know, I'm not a scientific person, but I don't know, like I see sometimes that some of the most creative people sometimes have mental issues. Sometimes that is their happy place. I mean, I don't know much about art, but didn't the artist cut his ear off or whichever? But he was a very good artist. Like, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor or scientific, but I'm just saying how I feel and how me personally, a person with my own mental issues, feels, when I'm creative and I'm creating something and I'm doing it and it comes alive. Like I like putting up furniture. Every piece of furniture in my house. Yes, I have a husband that can do it, but every piece of furniture in my house, I've put it up. Because I'm just good at doing it. And I like to see it just come alive and it being in the room and just seeing how it works with everything else. I love it. I love DIY things. Love it. I like watching it on YouTube. I like watching a lot of DIY stuff. And I see like a lot of the people that are doing DIY stuff, they're happy doing it. And that's why they're recording it, because they like doing it and they want to give it to others and they want to express it to others and make others happy. Creativity, the power of creativity. The power of creativity. And even coming on here making videos. Creativity. You're putting yourself in front and speaking your mind for everybody else to hear. I know I love doing it. I was a little afraid when I started making videos, but I'm getting better. I love doing it because I like to talk and I like to express myself and I like to uplift people and I like to make other people feel good and just give them a part of my mind. I love it. I really do. But that was a penny for my thoughts today. Just want to come on here and talk about the power, the healing of creativity. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in to cash in for the penny for my thoughts. And like I always say, keep your mental healthy, do something creative, watch something creative, be around something that is creative. I want to thank everybody for cashing in to another episode of Penny for My Thoughts. If you like my content, like, comment, and subscribe.